Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and I wasn't here yesterday because it's a bank holiday here over in the UK, so I decided for the first time in God knows how long to take a day off from work. Well, I didn't take the full day off, I took half a day off and I still kind of worked anyway, but I got some time to spend with my wife, which was good. So hope you all had a good bank holiday if you're in the UK as well. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day today. But apparently it's going to be pissing down the rain later on. Okay, so daily markets. What a weekend! What a weekend for BABB. They had an announcement which we're going to be talking about. So that was all good news for BABB. So I'm just going to see who's in the house and if we're all set up because the computer's running slow just now. I just need to make sure we're all set up. Looks as if we're on. Who we got in the house? We've got Christopher Dalsin in, Josiah Pham, Matt Pons in, Mike D, Musa Moose. Curta Christian is in, Stephen King's in, welcome to you, Dave is in, welcome to you Dave, good to have you here. A lot of people from the Facebook group. We've got Tom Barry in, Enzo Rubio, Honest Crypto Journey from Edinburgh, Alex Jug, Rob Taylor's in the house, Terrell Hooker, Rob UK, Ad Fitness, Jane Mon, Alonso Forbes, Eddie Holland, Marty and Sonia, Matthew Parks, welcome back, Rain is in, welcome back to you, and Hulk is in as well, so welcome back to you. Good to have you here. And if you like these videos, hit the likes. Chardan is not here yet, I'm sure he would say that, but hit the likes, subscribe and hit the notifications bell if you want to see more of these kind of live videos. And basically it's just me talking about crypto, what's been happening with certain kind of the big coins, the smaller coins that we like as well, like Tron and BABB. BCN being listed today as well on Binance. So kind of a lot of news, the Ethereum FUD as well, what the hell was going on there? So a lot of stuff going on just now. Who else we've got? Lee Litecoin's in the house. Welcome to you, buddy. I haven't seen you for a while, Lee. Richard Rowland is in. Ben Hardinge, and Cole Phillips is in. Welcome to you. So a lot of people from the Facebook group. So if you want to join the Facebook group, it's a free Facebook group where we talk crypto. And there's a lot of brilliant people in there as well. So you can join that. Link is down below. And we've now got a Telegram group as well if you want to join us over in the Telegram group. Again, it's a brilliant community we're building there, really good people in there. So if you want to join us in Telegram, that'd be fantastic. And if you want to join the private Telegram group where I kind of give calls and other people, we talk about kind of coins that we might be getting into, the smaller coins, you can join us over at CYT-Crypto.com. And it's only $197 for the program, or you can buy the program in BACS or Ethereum as well. So join us over there, it'd be brilliant to see you there. Okay, so what's been happening in the news? We'll just go over and see what the hell's going on. Okay, we'll just refresh. CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin didn't manage to get, well, it hit 10,000. You know, it hit 10,000 over the weekend. Just very brief moment, and then it kind of came back down again. So for me, that was a psychological barrier, and we kind of thought a lot of people would be selling off at about 10,000, and that's been the case. But it's still holding up. Bitcoin is still holding up well at $9,371. Ethereum went down. That was up to about $830. But because of the FUD that was going about with Ethereum and the SEC kind of talks and talking about it being a security or not, it turned out to be a lot shite, to be honest. So Ethereum kind of went down on that as well. I think it went down to about $730. We'll just check on that just now. But it's kind of climbing back up just now as well. So it's not doing too bad. Where'd it go down to? $711, and it's climbing back up. So I expect Ethereum to go back up in price quite soon. So it was up at $832, went all the way down to $711, and it's climbing back up again. So hopefully we'll see that climb back up this week as well, depending on the markets overall. So I don't know where that story originated from. I don't know where it originally came from, but everybody kind of jumped on it and said, okay, this is the kind of die time for Ethereum, or not, as the case may be, because it was the SEC were not talking about Ethereum being a security. There was a meeting, I think there's a meeting today about kind of crypto in general and looking at kind of logistics and blockchain as well. So that turned out to be a lot of rubbish. But it just shows you in the crypto market about the rumours, how powerful rumours can be, and that kind of brought down Ethereum by $100. So it brought it down by 12% or something like that. So it just shows you how powerful rumours can actually be. So Ethereum might be a good time to get in just now, depending on the overall market. Bitcoin is down, as I said, a wee bit. We'll just look at the main players just now. I was looking at Dan there before we came on. We'll go to USDT. So Bitcoin, as we said, that's kind of slightly down from its high. So it did hit the high, 10,000, just went over $10,000. I do expect that to come back up. That's on the 6 hourly chart. We'll look at the daily chart, still looking good. On the daily chart, it's still very much in play. On the daily chart, still over the 100 MA line as well, and the 25 MA has crossed over the 100 MA as well, which is always a bullish sign. But it's down just now to 9,355. So on the hourly chart, where are we looking on the hourly chart? So it might be in play just now on the hourly chart as well. Well, it is kind of in play just now. Ethereum, as we said, that was up at $830. It kind of came down. And that's on the hourly chart. We'll look on the daily chart. Yeah, so it came down from $839. It was its highest, and it kind of went down to $702 according to Coinigy. And it's back up, but very much still in play on the daily chart. You can see here. So it looks as if it's bouncing off the 7 MA. You can see all the way up, it's using the 7 MA as support, and it's bouncing off that support line and going back up, and we might be doing that as well. Hopefully they're not using the 7 MA as resistance. And we can see here it's climbing up, so we need it to go over to about 780, stay above that, and that means we're using that 7 MA as support as well, which is good. Litecoin, down a wee bit as well. That was up to 184, went down to 157, kind of climbing back up. It's 164 just now, and you can see it crossed over there on the 17th at 126, so it's still in play just now on a daily chart. So I think Litecoin long term anyway, it's good to get in at this price just now as well, for long term, not for short term, if you're short term trading. Neo's down a wee bit to $78, was as high as $93. Again, for the long term, this is a brilliant coin. I wouldn't have any hesitations going in at this price. So that's the kind of the big ones we've got there. And we'll just look at some of the comments just now. Alonso Forbes, good morning from Rijeka. I don't know how to pronounce that, Rijeka. Eddie Horn, morning. Matthew Parks, morning all. Just everybody saying good morning. Mike D, so hard to keep track of all these new coins unless you work part-time like you. It's a nightmare trying to keep track of the new coins kind of coming out. And there's so many good coins coming out just now. It's unbelievable, the kind of good, especially the protocol ones as well. There's so many good ones coming out. Crypto Dread is in the house from Florida. Welcome to you. Mike D, I'm a Bobby Dave, so only got back to check in once a day. Ben Harding, heard rumours TRX listing on Coinbase end of July. Any truth? I think rubbish, but still worth investigating. Yeah, so we're going to look at the kind of Tron and BABB and that as well. We'll just look at that in a second. Go Tron, bought more when it dipped. Yeah, so it looked good to buy on a dip around about 860 Satoshi, but it's up. Again, Stefan, hello, what do you guys think about Typerium ICO? Never heard of it. Mishta, good morning from South Africa. I see what you mean about IDEX, down for a few days. IDEX a pain in the arse, to be honest. I do hate IDEX, but when it's up and running, it's good, it's fine, it's easy to use. I quite like it when it's up and running, but IDEX is frequently down. It's a pain in the arse. Don't like it, wish to get rid of it, but it's a necessary evil just now until better platforms come out and more stable as well. Came from Dr. Levo of Crypto on Twitter, most likely rubbish. Ben Hardinge. So I don't know about the rumours about Tron and kind of Coinbase. A lot of speculation about that. Honest Crypto Journey, what a great video update. BABB released yesterday. Yeah, more of that please. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. That was brilliant. Hi Alonso Forbes in Croatia. Big boy ghetto pants on. Les Lamb. Excellent. Hope you've all got your big boy pants on, big ghetto pants on when you're doing your kind of research as well. Okay, let's look at BABB. So BABB, if we go on to their kind of Facebook, not their Facebook, their YouTube channel, I can't play it because it won't let me kind of play it. But basically, Paul and Adam were in Bahrain. Just show you here. BABB Crypto. Where is it? I can't find the channel, bugger. I'll just put get BABB. Right, there we go. Yeah, so Paul and Adam, well, the team were in Bahrain. I say Paul and Adam, everybody was over there, obviously. And they released an update yesterday. You're not able to hear the sound on this, but they released an update yesterday.
In Bahrain, we had 3 very interesting meetings.
And they released an update yesterday.
Development Board of Bahrain.
You're not able to hear the sound on this.
Central Bank of Bahrain, and finally
they released an update yesterday. Yeah, so they've had that meeting anyway. It was a good update, and the last couple of updates have been really good updates, to be honest, from kind of Paul and Adam. So they went over to Bahrain. They met with the Bahrain, the Central Bank of Bahrain, and the main bank of kind of Bahrain as well. I can't remember the name, so I do apologise. But definitely check out that video if you want to get an update on BABB if you've not seen it already. Really good update, and it shot the price up as well. It was at 1.6 and it shot up to 2.6, almost up 50%, which was brilliant. Well, it was up 50% at one point. Which is really good, and it's stabilised just now at 2.2 at the moment. And I think, judging by that, I mean, they looked very happy, kind of really on the video. Really happy with the kind of developments in Bahrain, and I think they were taken by surprise as well, because what they were saying when they had the meetings, that they were really into kind of the new blockchain. They were talking about kind of cryptocurrencies and Bahrain being a place for that to happen for them as well. And the other part of it that was exciting for me as well, that they could potentially get a license within 60 days. If they, because they're going home, I think today or yesterday, I think they had a meeting yesterday, a meetup last night. So they'll be coming home, I would imagine, today, and they'll be working on that application. They're probably working on it in the hotel room as well, working on the application to get that, but they're being provisionally sandboxed for the license as well, which is brilliant. So this is brilliant news for BABB just now, and it's one step closer to getting one of the banking licenses that they're going for, and that's the one in Bahrain. Obviously they're still doing the one with the Bank of England, and they've still got Lithuania as well that they're still in the process of, but it's going to be quicker to get the Bahrain license, and when they get that, they're essentially bank on the blockchain, and the first bank on the blockchain. So exciting times ahead for BABB. Really good updates, though. I like the recent updates for the big announcements. So really enjoying that, and I think BABB are really going to go kind of places, and it's just really good news. I'm really excited about BABB. I don't know what you think about it. I would imagine you're thinking that's brilliant as well. Christopher, can you see gas overtaking Neo? I'll talk about that in a second. We need BABB on Binance. That would be fantastic if BABB could get on Binance. For me, it would be brilliant if we could get on KuCoin. If BABB, I say we, but if BABB got on KuCoin, for example, I think that would 5x the price at least, would go up to at least 1 cent. And from there, it'd be a matter of getting the banking licenses, getting onto more exchanges, getting more investors in. I would imagine after the meetings yesterday, after the meetings that they had in Bahrain, I would imagine some of the investors that they had meetings with would maybe get into BABB as well. Maybe that's kind of what's put the price up, but obviously I don't know. But if I was in that meeting and I was in the kind of Central Bank of Bahrain and kind of listening to BABB and the kind of what they've got plans for the future, I would invest in it. I would invest in the company. So maybe that's what's happened. I don't know if that's why it shot up so much. But it was good. It was good to see, and a lot of people happy in the Telegram group as well. So it was excellent. Good morning from Netherlands, mate. Another great green day. Yeah, it is a green day. It's really good. Marcus Jafari, good morning, Steve. BCN privacy coin listed on Binance looks like a good coin. Yes, I noticed that. I was going to talk about that as well. Gen 1 backs flatted too long and I swapped it to TRX before it pumped. What a stupid move myself. Jen, we've all been there when we've kind of been holding a coin and then think it's not really going anywhere just now when you jump from that coin and go into another and then suddenly it pumps up. I've done that several times myself, and it's going to happen again for you in the future, but that's why you find out the good long-term coins and just kind of hold them as well. But I jumped from Tron into BABB, but it's been more lucrative doing that, to be honest, for me. And Tron is a great long-term play as well. I just think Tron are brilliant, and I don't think you're going to have any worries there. Dave from Sydney, g'day Steve. What do you think about IDEX being down so long? It's a pain. It really is a pain. IDEX has some brilliant listed coins on it, and the thing with IDEX as well, they don't need to go to the company to list them, or the company doesn't go to IDEX. IDEX just automatically lists them. If they buy the coins, put them on there, and they get listed on IDEX. So they've got some really good coins there for the future, really kind of cheap coins, small market capitalization coins. But it's just down, it's just too unreliable. It's not that I don't trust it. When I trade on IDEX, I trust it when it's up and running. But it's a pain in the arse. It really is a pain. We need a really good DEX, to be honest. And there's a couple of good ones coming out. Reginald Bowler, good morning from New England. Do you still like the Bancor Exchange? I do like the Bancor Exchange if you're trading small. And Bancor Exchange is really good if you're trading small, under 3 Ethereum worth, I would say. So anything under $1,500 or round about that price is good. But then you get charged a premium. And then that's if you're looking to buy, say, I don't know, 20, 30 Ethereum's worth, or maybe $20,000 to $30,000. Bancor is not the way to go. And you better go on the exchanges like IDEX or wherever the coin is listed elsewhere. So, but what you can do is just buy in bulk, so 1,500. But when you do that, the price goes up slightly. And then you're waiting it coming back down, go back in again, waiting it coming back down. So it's a long process if you want to do it. Ant-Man, been very impressed with BABB 24-hour volume. I invested in it very cheap from decentralized exchange. BABB has been great. We'll try and hold long term. For the long term, BABB is looking brilliant. And I would not sell BABB just now. I definitely would not sell BABB just now. I think it's not going to be long before it gets up to 1 cent, which is 5 times the price just now. There's just too much kind of good news about to come out with BABB, I think, in my opinion. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor and all that shit. But yeah, do your own research. But for BABB, for me, is really good long term. But we're going to look at BABB just now just to see, because I think the market capitalization went up to about 50 million. I did yesterday, it jumped up to kind of 50 million, but it's now at 45 million. Still a really small market cap. And for it to be the first bank, official bank on the blockchain, just think about the potential for that. I just think it's amazing. And no, I'm not shilling, that's why you have to do your own research, but look into it, see what everything they've got going on. And I think you'll agree, if you're not into BABB already, I think you're definitely agreeing it's a good coin to get into and hold for the long term. King Baviro's in the house, morning to you. Tom Barley, delighted for BABB and everyone invested. Yeah, it's been brilliant, really, really good. Because I see my portfolio jumping big time. I kind of logged on and just checked out my portfolio yesterday morning, or the day before, and it kind of jumped up, and I thought, what the hell's going on? And I've seen it was BABB had jumped up in price as well, so it was really good. Went all in on Galaxy E-Solutions. It's now on Banker. Never heard of it. Galaxy E-Solutions. Is that a new one on Banker? I'll just look. They usually list the new ones. Ah, right. So it's 6 cents. GES. Never heard of. It's not listed on CoinMarketCap yet. You find that a lot when some coins go into Bancor that they're not listed actually on CoinMarketCap. Good volume on that, 814. That's excellent. So never heard of it, but can obviously when new coins come onto Banker, I always kind of check them out anyway. But that's because I checked Petrova out. I didn't really fancy that one, to be honest. Eugene Cunningham is in house. Welcome to you. A very good morning to all. Go Team BABB and LTC. Yeah, LTC, I don't think you have any issues with the long term. Rain, what's your thoughts on PundyX? I actually like PundyX. I like it because they're doing an airdrop. I think it's about 7% every month. They're doing an airdrop, so I got a kind of an airdrop last month, the beginning of the month, and a lot of people in the group did as well that were into PundyX. Dave, I know you did as well. I think you were talking about it. About having the airdrop. I think they're doing that every month. I don't know for how long, but they're going to be doing that. So it's good to hold some PundyX, and it's gone up in price as well. So I got a wee bit more at 4.8%. I think it's up to 5.3. I do see it going up to 1 cent at least. Yeah, it's up to 5.5 now, which is good. So I do see this going up, and OKX had a competition to list, people were doing it on Twitter. They were kind of saying about the 5 coins that see the coins that we wanted on. BABB was obviously on there as well, but didn't get into the top 5. PundyX was one of the ones that got into the top 5. We'll just have a wee look at Twitter at OKX, and I think that'd be really good for them. And I think if they get onto OKX, we're definitely going up to, or they're definitely going up to 1 cent at least. So there we go, round 11.5, among the top 5 tokens from last round. Which is your favourite? So we've got PundyX on there at number 5. So I don't know what the outcome of that is going to be, but that'd have been a good one. And when they do round 12, I think everybody from the BABB Telegram group should go on and get on there, because IDEX is a pain in the tits, to be honest. So I think we should all make a focused effort to do that the next time OKX has the next round on round 12. We should get everybody to go onto the BABB Twitter, or not the BABB Twitter, but to vote for BABB on OKX, and just really kind of focus on it. I think that'd be really good. Eugene Cunningham, LOL, say shite again live. Live it. Shite. Gethin Davis, I agree, I'm not touching my BABB. No, definitely not. In fact, the only thing I'm going to do with BABB, I'd say for over the next 6 months at least, the only thing I'm going to do with BABB is top it up on the dips. I think that's the only thing I'm going to do, but I'm very much kind of all invested in the coins just now. And speaking of that, I was selling coins over the weekend. I thought, okay, I'm going to make a play. I've been looking at coin for ages, to be honest. It's been, for the last 2 weeks, I've been looking at this and nope, it's near a kind of recent all-time high. I'm not going to get in. And then the next day it would go up again and go, nope, I'm still not getting in. I thought, oh, bugger this. What I'm going to do is just sell off the kind of altcoins I've been holding, not for long term, but I've been holding them since January, February, and I've been waiting on them going up. Not a good strategy. So I thought, I'm just going to sell it at a loss. I'm going to sell all these coins at a loss and get in on this coin, because I really think it's got long-term potential. So I was in the middle of doing that. I had 2 more coins to sell on Bittrex. I think there was only a couple of more coins to sell. So I was doing it across the exchanges that I had them on. And then Blockchain Whispers came out with the recommendation, so I was checking it as I was selling the bloody coins. Checked it and I thought, oh you bastard. It was the one that I was going to get into, so it kind of jumped up in price. But I still got in it. But I was really gutted. But it's still a good price anyway. So, and I can't say because it's in the premium kind of group what it was. But I think it's going to be a good long-term play. If you're in Blockchain Whispers, join the free group. I'm sure they'll probably announce that later on. But I was gutted. I was really gutted. I couldn't believe it. But it proved to me that I was on the right track of what my thinking and my research was doing. Even though it was near an all-time high, I thought I'm still going to get in on it, because I think this is still going to go higher. It's going to double in price or triple in price in the next couple of months. And I still think it is, to be honest. But I was just so gutted when they came out with that call. And it just jumped up in price by about 14% or something. I thought, oh yeah, shit. But that's what happens. But it just confirmed to me that my research was correct as well. So that was good. Kind of good. Mike D, surely the first bank on the blockchain would take over $1. I wouldn't like to speculate on the price, to be honest. I wouldn't like to speculate. The first bank on the blockchain, I think it's going to get a lot of attention from the media, from the kind of news channels, from hopefully YouTubers as well. The bigger YouTubers, it's obviously a small YouTube channel, but hopefully it's going to get some attention from them as well, because it is the first bank on the blockchain. And I mean bank, it's not, because a lot of the kind of coins that are out just now, they've got a license, but they've not got the full banking license that BACS would have, that BABB would have. So it should get a lot of media attention just from being the first bank on the blockchain. And we should do our part as well on that as well. Cool, Phillips, double my portfolio on Galaxy, excellent. What about XTC? Zinfin? Zinfin looks good as well. It's looking good at the moment. Where's Zinfin just now? 7/10 of a cent at the moment. Good volume. Yeah, it seems to be doing well. Zinfin. Cole Phillips, I went all in. Excellent. Hamish Thomason. It will be a long time before it's $1, if ever, in my opinion. Hamish, talking about BABB, yeah, it'd be amazing to see it going to $1. I can't see it happening anytime soon. But you never know, if Bitcoin gets up to kind of $40,000-$50,000 by the end of the year, if Ethereum goes up to $2,500, and they get their banking license from all three, they get on the exchanges, you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. But even if it gets to 5 cents or 10 cents, I think that would be a really good target to aim for. So yeah, 10 cents would be brilliant. 10 cents for me would be a moonshot. 5 cents would be kind of achievable. I think that'd be really good if they could get that. Are you interested in any coin? Who are sponsors for Consensus? Are you interested in any coins? Who are sponsors for Consensus? I don't know who the sponsors are for Consensus. Oh, you're talking about the coins that are kind of sponsoring Consensus. I've not looked to see who's sponsoring Consensus, Ant-Man. Dave, to be honest, just now I'm going to go for a wee lovely. Terrell Hooker, PundiX airdrop a little over 7% for a year, then over 2% for a year, then a little under 1% for a year. I think I got my airdrop too, Terrell Hooker. Yeah, a lot of people got their airdrop and they wondered why they were getting PundiX in the Ethereum wallet. We had somebody in the group that was asking why they got kind of PundiX in the wallet, but it's an airdrop, that's what it was. If you held kind of PundiX, then you'd have got an airdrop. So I got a good wee fair amount as well, which was good. And Gethin Davis, how much is their premium, mate? The premium changes. It just changes depending on the BTC value. So I think it was probably about 0.4 Bitcoin just now. So then about 3,500. That's for 3 months. So you can buy on a monthly basis as well. Bitcoin up. Yeah, Stone Conspiracy. Bitcoin up 100%. Yeah, so let's look at kind of Bitcoin just now. So Bitcoin is up to 1,700 Satoshi, so it's going up all the time. It was down at 950, so it's doing well. See, my thinking on Bitcoin as well, if we go to, I don't know if we'll be able to get it, hit BTC where it was listed before. Ah, there's an error. No, there's not. Right, no, I can't check it just now. Let's see if it does it that way. Nah, error 502. That's a bugger. But on HitBTC, it was like kind of 1 cent or something. I don't know if we can see it here. BCN. Yeah, still saying 1.4 cents, and that's for HitBTC. I would imagine it's doing all the volume. Or Poloniex, 1.14. But according to this, it's 16 cents. So there's a big, huge arbitrage opportunity there. But I know, because I looked at doing that, and then I know kind of Binance are having problems depositing Bitcoin into the Binance wallet for Bitcoin. And HitBTC are having problems transferring out BCN. So maybe there's not an arbitrage opportunity, but I thought, oh, that'd be brilliant if you were kind of holding Bitcoin. And one of the calls from Blockchain Whispers, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this because it's out already, but they made the call on the 3rd of May that Bitcoin was going onto Binance. I didn't buy into it, but they made the call on the 3rd of May. So do you recommend Blockchain Whispers Premium? I was saying this to the group. Yeah, I do recommend Blockchain Whispers Premium. If I'm going to be really honest, I would recommend it, but I'd only go in for the month, see what the calls are going to be like. They've got the free group just now, but I think they're changing things just now. They've got some brilliant calls for the long term. And they've got some excellent calls for the long term. They've got some insider news that they kind of bring out as well. As I said, Bitcoin was prime example. They said that was going to be listed on Binance. They kind of said that before, and it was, which was good. So if you're thinking about Blockchain Whispers, I would try it for the month just to see what you think of it. But don't act straight away, because some of the coins get shoot up. You can then wait a couple of days and then come back down and then get in. But that's when I like to just do my own research. So Electrify Asia, for example, I wouldn't have found out about that coin if it wasn't for Blockchain Whispers. They've announced in the free group, that's why I'm okay saying it here. So I wouldn't have found out about Electrify Asia if they hadn't kind of announced it in the premium group and then in the free group as well. It's down just now because it was up for me. It more than covered the cost for me to get into Blockchain Whispers if I sold at the kind of all-time high. But I looked into it, done my own research, and I thought it's a long-term hold. This could be really good. It could go up 200-300% before the end of the year. When I say long-term, I'm just going to say it's 8 months. So before the end of the year, I think it's going to double or triple at least. So it's a long-term hold. So had I sold at the all-time high, I would have more than covered the cost of my 3 monthly membership for Blockchain Whispers. So for me, yes, being honest, the research is really good. They've got a good team behind them. So I would say yes. Mohammed, have $1,200 Bitcoin. Please suggest some coins till June 30th on Binance. You need to do your own research on that. I'm not going to recommend any coins that you buy. It just depends on your trading strategy, how kind of risk averse you are. There's lots of kind of stuff in that. So I'm definitely not going to suggest any coins for you to get into. But do your own research and look, there's loads of good coins out there. Rain, 10 cents in Party at the Castle. Yes, Party at the Castle would be really amazing. So if BABB get to 5 cents, I've said, okay, I'm going to have a party at the castle. I'll host it at a castle in Edinburgh. There's a castle I'm just going to show you just now, actually, because I found out what it was. I couldn't remember the name of it. It's Dundas Castle. And I was going to hold one of my events there, but I had to cancel it. That was last year. It's not coming up just now. I'll see if I've got the images for it. Yeah, so it's that castle there. So if BABB get to 5 cents, or when they get to 5 cents, that's where we'll hold a party, a BABB party, I think. And I'll host it. But I can't fly everybody over like I originally said. I said I'll fly everybody over and if BABB ever gets to 5 cents. But I wouldn't be able to do that. It costs too much. But I'd definitely love to host a night at Dundas Castle if BABB ever get to 5 cents. So that would be quite cool. What do you think of Electra, ECA? Not looked into it. Can't really say. Crypto Don Juan is in the house as well. Welcome to you. Gethin Davis, cheers. Hi Steve, how many Pundy X would I own to avail airdrop? You'll just, I think it was 7%. I think Dave worked out 7% or something that we got. I can't remember exactly how much I got and how much I was holding at the time. But I think it's something like 7%. I don't know if it's 7% a month. It's meant to be 7% a year, but I think it's definitely more than that. So it's up to yourself what you can afford. If you like Pundy X, if you've done your research, you like the team, you like the company. So it's just up to yourself. But Pundy X does look good, I have to admit. Crunks, morning brother, have a good day, happy trading. Yes, I think it is going to be a happy trading day. Matthew Parks, I'll be at that party. So it'd be funny if we kind of organised, BABB got to 5 cents, hired Dundas Castle and kind of got all the drinks and all that organised as well. It'd be funny to see how many people would actually kind of come over to that. I think it'd be a good night actually. Rafi, hi Steve, what do you think Stellar would be by the end of 2019? I have not a clue. I've not looked at Stellar for a long time. I think one of the coins that are going to do well more and more, the more I kind of more I look into it, is going to be XRP. A lot of people don't like it. I'm not into it just now, but I do think it's going to do well for the long term. I think this is going to get up to $10 by the end of the year, XRP. But that's just me kind of thinking that, looking at it, and looking at the overall kind of sentiment in the market as well. I think the banks, and this is why I like BABB as well, the banks especially are going to be interested in blockchain technology and what BABB have, and they can integrate banks, have a central bank digital currency as well. Banks can have their own digital currency by tokenizing fiat. I think BABB have got that system in place already. I think it could be really good for banks to kind of on board with that as well. So I think the banking system is going to be really shooken up over 2018, 2019 with the blockchain, and BABB are at the forefront of that. And I think XRP are at the forefront of that as well. So I do think that's going up to $10, but do your own research. That's just my opinion, and I'm not invested in XRP as well, so easy for me to say that. Mike D, do we have to wear kilts for the party? Yes. If you're coming up to Scotland, you have to wear kilts. Yes, that would be good. Everybody in kilts as well. And we need to get a BABB tartan. The pink and blue, a BABB tartan, just get that made especially. That would be quite cool. Lots of space for Lambos at the castle, Marcus Jafari. Yeah, that would be quite cool. Do you think BCH will bump up to number 3 in CoinMarketCap soon? Yeah, it looks like it's gonna. I think it's got a good chance. Where are we just now? 28 billion. Yeah, it looks like it's going to overtake at some point. Depends what Ripple does. It really depends what Ripple does. I think Ripple's going to go up from here, and Bitcoin Cash is going to chase it, but it's up at $1,600 just now. I do think it's going to go higher, Bitcoin Cash. EOS is looking brilliant as well. Look at EOS, 15 billion, which is amazing. Bitcoin up to number 16, 2.6 billion, 104% up %. So who are the winners apart from Bitcoin? And 0x doing excellent. Zalika, Ethos jumped up as well big time on Binance. Loom Network is doing brilliant. That's been doing great over the last couple of weeks. I forgot to look what time we're on. I'm just kind of chatting away here. Forgot to look at some of the news. Yeah, somebody was talking about this yesterday in the group. Silicon Valley. HBO Silicon Valley digs at ICO mania in latest crypto themed episode. I've not watched Silicon Valley, yeah, but somebody was talking about that yesterday. Quite interested in watching it. Because I don't watch much TV, but when I do, I kind of binge on Netflix series. What we're watching just now. Can't remember what we're watching just now. It's the one with Gillian Anderson in it, the crime one. So I kind of tend to binge watch that when me and my wife kind of go to bed. So I don't watch much TV at all because I prefer kind of working. I just don't I don't like TV that much. Yeah, that was an interesting story as well. Britain confiscates $700,000 worth of Bitcoin from a hacker. They found out Scotland Yard have seized $700,000 in Bitcoin. And that was the thing as well. What did they do with that Bitcoin? When they seize that, what did they actually do with it once it's been seized? Because I know there's a lot of people being caught with hacking around the world. I'm not just talking about Britain, but I'm just wondering what they do with that Bitcoin, or does that take it out of the circulating supply? Because the circulating supply of Bitcoin just now is 17 million, but because of all the kind of lost wallets and stuff like that, they're thinking it's maybe more like 15 million. So I just wonder kind of what the police do with these once it's been seized. I wonder how they do that. I wonder how they organise it. Dave Sydney, finally found it. I grew up in a superb in Sydney called Dundas. Excellent. That's fate. That's a road sign that you need to go to Dundas Castle. How do you get the ticket for the BABB party? You're just invited. Just come up. I'll just organise it and just come up. It's going to cost me a bloody fortune, this. But it'll be good. It'll be a good night. And good to see everybody. Crypto Don Juan, save me a VIP parking spot at the castle. I'm renting a Lambo when I get there. That'd be cool if everybody rented a Lambo. That'd be amazing, that, wouldn't it? Honest Crypto John, I said it before and we'll say it again. I believe that BABB get all 3 banking license. BACS will be a 10-cent coin within 12 months. That would be amazing. That would be pretty amazing. So now is a good time to top up, to look at it and just top up. Where is BABB just now? 2.2 of a cent. 2.2 of a cent. It's only 45 million market cap. And already there's still a lot of people making a lot of money in BABB just now, because remember this was, what was it, 400ths of a cent? It wasn't even a tenth of a cent before. So it was 400ths of a cent about 4 or 5 weeks ago. That's when I kind of jumped on it. So yeah, there's a lot of people making a lot of money already just now, but imagine, even if it gets to 10 cents, my God. Mohammed Ahmed, BABB to the moon. Yes, indeed. Mike Cryptical, will BABB price update on IDEX when they get back online? I would imagine it would. I don't know what it'll be like when they first get back up and running, but I would imagine it'll just correct to the correct price. Ant-Man, is it true no underpants under kilts? There's no underpants on under kilts if you're a true Scotsman, but you still have to wear your big boy pants and your big girl pants if you're wearing it. So yeah, no underpants but big boy pants on under kilts. Did I hook you? Steve, if you sell your BABB and buy Tron, BABB will probably go to 5 cents. I know, I know, definitely not doing it. I've learned my mistake there. And Zelika just listed on OKX. Excellent. Where's Zel just now? Up another 18%. That's probably because of the listing, I would imagine. Look at that. That's just a beautiful kind of daily chart. And this is the kind of thing we're talking about in the crypto course as well, the crypto program that I've got out. Just a simple trading strategy that you can use to get in on coins like this. And if you got in, it's using the 7MA as support there. You can see all the way up. Look at that. Just a beautiful chart from Zelika. You can see it did come down. It crossed down over the 7MA. But it's using that 7MA as support, and it crossed over at what, 600 Satoshi. It's already up 150%. Just a beautiful chart. No, I can't get that back down. Yeah, it's down. So it's up 17%. Again, it was up to 1620 Satoshi. And Zelika's looking brilliant, to be honest. Lambos, we're dropping in out helicopters with all that room to land it. LOL. Yeah, that'd be even better. Peter Cody, Zelika just said, yeah, just seen that. Stone Conspiracy, look out for Money Token, ICO. I think it will moonshot as soon as it hits the market in June. I don't like ICOs anymore. And I do like ICOs. I like the companies that are doing the ICOs, but I don't like to invest in ICOs. We were talking about this in the Telegram group as well. MT was kind of talking about it and a couple of others. And I kind of joined in. But I think the last ICO I got in on, I can't even remember the last ICO I got in on. I can't remember. I know I got into BitDegree. I got into AdBank as well. Manitha I got into when that came out as well. The last one, honestly can't remember the last one I got into. But I thought ICOs were the way forward. Back in kind of December, January time, I thought ICOs are going to be the way forward. That's where you're going to make all the money. But it's really kind of hit and miss when the ICOs come to market. They often kind of go down before they go really back up again. But some of them just kind of hit it out of the ballpark straight away. So it's just hard to decide what ICOs to go into. But they tie up your money as well. So if you want to spend $5,000 on an ICO, it's $5,000 tied up for the next 3 or 4 months or something like that. I know when I got into Wager, that was the very first coin I got into when I started trading back in June last year. It was the very first coin and very first ICO, and I spent $2,000 on it. But it took an age to come to kind of market, and even now it's not even on the markets. It's still made about 400-500%. Just now from where it is just now, and that is definitely a long-term hold. I think is a really good coin, but it's not in really the kind of the exchanges. But it just ties up your money for so long, and that's what I don't like about ICOs. Yeah, you can make a killing on it, on some of them, but it's really difficult to pick an ICO that's going to do really well. So that I don't tend to get on the ICOs. The only one I wished I'd got into recently was NEX. That was one of the ones I wished I'd got into recently, and I kind of signed up for it and everything, but I didn't actually get into it. That's the only one I thought, I could have missed out here big time. I think they keep it long-term play. Is that for BABB? Yeah, for BABB. Michelle, hi Steve, what are your thoughts and suggestions on AUC token? Is a long-term hold or swing trade? AUC token, I think that's just been listed on a big exchange as well. On a bigger exchange. I can't remember. How's it doing just now? Down 3%, 89 cents. 40 million market cap. I've not looked into it. I'm just seeing what I'm seeing here. So I've not looked into it, but 40 million market cap just now. I think it has been just listed on a bigger exchange. I'm sure I've just seen the news on that. You'll probably be able to tell me. But $40 million market cap. And if you think it's a good coin, a good team, and a good kind of use case as well, then I would hold it for long term, longer term. When police took Bitcoin, they will auction those. They will auction. Ah, right. Is that what happens, Timo? That's good to know. It's good to know. I just wondered. Chardan is in house. Good morning, Steve. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Don't forget to smash the likes. Thank you very much. I got in there before you, Chardan. I got in there before you, so I've asked everybody to kind of hit the likes on that as well. Matej, hello everybody, late as usual. And we're just about to finish up as well. Music and Planes, good morning. Which exchange can you buy BABB on? It's on the Bancor.network. So go to Bancor.network and you can buy BABB on there. And just be careful how much you're buying though, because you get charged a premium if it's anything over $1,500 worth. Les Lam, if you had to pick only 3 projects from Bancor, would it be BABB, NPX and Zinfin? For me, that's a good question. For me, definitely BABB. BABB would be number 1. 2 would be PundiX. 3 for me would be Kin. I quite like Kin for the long term. I think it's got potential, Kin. But they've got so many coins out. They've got trillions of, I don't even know. 756 billion circulating supply. And is that 10 trillion? 10 trillion total supply. But it's only 136 market cap. And for me, Kin would be number 3 for Bancor. But I've never checked the newer ones recently. Petrova have just came out as well. I did briefly check that, to be honest. And I thought, no, it's not for me. That's to do with the fitness industry and stuff like that. But I've never deeply looked into it. Galaxy E-Solutions, somebody just mentioned, that's up at 6 cents. And already trading volume of 805,000. So I've never looked into that. But I've never really looked at the other ones. But the ones I have looked into, it would be BAX for me, PundiX, and Kin would be my number 3. I've just seen Dragon Chain on there as well. Dragon Chain's a brilliant long-term coin that I've looked at as well, that I've not got into, but I like it for the long term. If you had to pick, any thoughts on VeChain? VeChain are doing brilliant just now. They're up another 5%. 2.6 billion. So look at this, 24 cents. What is that for? So it's already went up 20 times, 2,000%. It's gone up since November. And a lot of people were talking about VeChain when it first came out as well. But yeah, it does look good. VeChain does look good. For long term, again, it depends on the kind of overall markets, but for long term as well, for the project, I do think VeChain looks good, and there's a lot of supporters behind it. It's a cool wee kind of website actually, but yeah, VeChain does look good. Mark Kelty, first time here, might have to come back. Excellent. Hit the likes, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I go live every morning about 8:30 GMT just to talk and chat about crypto. Richard Rowan, do you think Bancor transaction fees are between $5 to $10 is high? It depends on how much you're buying, but I do think they're relatively high, and I think a new exchange, a new DEX coming out, and there's going to be lower fees, and it's going to be quicker, it's going to be better, it's not going to be down as much, it's going to do good So I think the DEXs are going to be big this year. Banker could be at the forefront of that. Really could be at the forefront if they get the kind of premium kind of prices sorted out, and if you can buy higher amounts as well. But Banker is brilliant to use. I love it to use. But the fees and the kind of premium prices that you pay if you're buying over $1,500 worth, it's not good, to be honest, if you're a bigger one. Bab, where to buy? Miss your comment. Mark, you can buy it on banker.network. So I'll just put it in there, banker.network. So I've just put the link in there, that's where you can buy it from. Mike D, smash up likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Mark Kelty in Australia, so I can catch you in the evening. Excellent, that'd be brilliant. Good to have you here. It's always nice to see somebody new coming in. Is it worth transferring my coins from IDEX to Bancor? Are you going to keep them long term? Are you keeping them short term? You're going to trade them? It depends on what you're doing with them, to be honest, Mike. It really depends. If you're short term trading, then it might be worth it, and depends how much you've got in as well. If you've got less than $1,500 worth, then I would trade on kind of Bancor. It's a brilliant one to trade. Mark is saying thanks, my pleasure, mate. Badit, I love the way you reply to all comments. Really appreciate your efforts. Thanks very much, Badit. I really appreciate that. I think that's it. Were we going to talk about any other coins? I can't remember. We'll just see what the hell's going on at Binance. And Bitcoin's still doing amazing. That's a 5-minute chart looking like. That's starting to stabilise just now. 1600 Satoshi. I don't understand that kind of hit BTC has still got it in about 1.5 cents or something. Definitely an arbitrage opportunity there. Zalika, Loom going up. ZRX kind of down in the last 5 minutes. Doing well though. BQX doing well. And just see who's lost. Cloak, they've already gone up as well. Oh, they're kind of stabilising. They're going across. That's a beautiful chart from Zalika. Yeah, Ethos jumped up as well. Out of Ethos just now, but they jumped up a wee bit. ZRX are a brilliant coin as well for long term. IOST looking good. That's a good chart as well. IOST 245 across over. Could have had 200% increase there. Okay, I think that's it for just now. Just see if there's any more comments. Jamal, Zilla, Cryptodon 1, Zebi. Zebi's out on kind of coin market cap now. Yeah, because we checked that last week. How's that doing? Up another 1.5%. It's going up all the time. What's its highest so far? 22 cents. It's still only 91 million market cap. A lot of people talk about Zebi as well. So that's looking good as well. Dean, Steve, how you find Blockchain Whispers? Would you say it's better than doing it yourself? Good question. Good question, Dean. I do like Blockchain Whispers. I was saying that earlier on, and I think it's worth it just to try it for a month and see what you think. But Blockchain Whispers for me is good when they come out with calls, and then I do my own research on it, and then I'll buy into the coin maybe a couple of days after it comes out into the free group or something like that. But one of the ones I got into that's been announced on the free group already was Elec. So I think I got on at 1650 Satoshi or something, and it went kind of shooting up to about 2200 Satoshi. So that would have been almost a 40% increase. So I made up my money there straight away if I sold at the all-time high. But it's come back down in price since. So I would have made money if I sold at kind of 40%, but I thought, okay, this is a long-term coin, this is going to be really good. But in hindsight, I should have sold at the top and just kind of bought back into it when it came back down, but you never know what's going to happen. So I just thought, okay, long-term holds, going to be 200-300%. So yeah, for me, it has been worth it because the research is really good. They give some calls, insider kind of calls that nobody really knows about as well, which they've done really good. So for me, it is worth it, even just for the research alone, because I wouldn't have found Electrify Asia, for example, Dan, as well as another one as well that was listed in the kind of free group as well. A lot of people jumped onto that, but that's a long-term coin as well, I think. So yeah, I do think it is worth it being trying to kind of balance it up and say, I just like the research aspect of it. Not just for that, but they do give good calls as well. Mohammed, BABB needs to be listed on Binance. If only, that'd be fantastic. Bart Custers, hello from Belgium. Hello to you as well. Bart, good to have you here. Another new name. Marcus Chafali. Cheers, Steve. Have a great day, sir. You as well. Sorry, just joined. I'll rewatch the vid. Could you quickly sum up thoughts on TRX for this month and next month? TRX is going to do brilliant. TRX is going to go back up. Tron is going to do amazing. I think when the mainnet comes out at the end of this month, we don't know if it'll dip slightly, but everybody's going to... They're kind of waiting with bated breath for Tron and the mainnet to be coming out, but I think it's going to go well over 1,000 Satoshi again before the end of the month. I think we're going to see a rise in the whole of the markets before the end of this month as well, especially starting from now. I would say this week is going to be, for me, I think it's going to be a rise this week leading up to the consensus as well event. I think after that we're just going to see a big shoot up of the whole market. Honest Crypto Journey, thanks again, Steve, for all your efforts. Thanks, Honest Crypto Journey. Really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate you turning up in the mornings. It's brilliant to see everybody here. Thanks, Steve. Have a great day. I would fly over from Australia. Matthew Newsom, excellent. Thank you, mate, for the content. You got yourself a new sub. Jamal, excellent, Jamal. Thanks very much for that, mate. Crypto Don Juan, can we have the Blockchain Whisper link, please? Yes, Blockchain Whispers. I'll put that in the comments after this video. But they've got a new website as well, so check out the website. Just type in Blockchain Whispers in the site, but I'll put it in the comments. On West BCN going off, why? Is it people looking for value? The total supply is huge. That's why I find it hard to see it going to $1 anytime soon. Yeah, BCN is going to be difficult to get to $1, I would imagine, because of the large supply that's got. Gary, great show. Any predictions on Tron 2 weeks from now? Over 1,000 Satoshi. That's my predictions, but that wouldn't be hard to do that because it's getting back up to there just now. What we at, 893. So 2 weeks time, honestly don't know, but I can see it being maybe 1,500 Satoshi on a good day. Okay, have a brilliant day whatever you're doing, and just kind of be careful out there as well. And remember, put your big girl pants on, your big boy pants on, do your own research and all that shite. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time, just talking about crypto. And join the free Facebook group if you've not joined already, and the free Telegram group. We've got a brilliant group of people over there. And join me over at CYT-Crypto.com as well if you want to buy the program, and I'll show you trading strategies and exactly how to get into crypto if you've not done it already. But I've got a trading strategy module in there as well, a really simple one that I've been using for the last year, or probably less than that, but it's really working for me. And I've made I calculated the profits I've made in my portfolio so far, and it's 1,500% profits so far on paper. Some of them have sold, but I'm up 1,500% on my kind of portfolio since I started in June 2017. So I just worked that out the other day. Actually, I never really thought about it because I just love talking about crypto and kind of trading, but 1,500% is not a bad return for a year. It's much better than a bloody bank anyway. Okay, I will speak to you soon and take care. Until next time, namaste. Bye now.